Hello guys, welcome back to Sylvia kitchen. If you want to see how I make this beautiful and delicious meat pie, please watch to the end. First of all, you heat your pan on the gas and put oil. Let the oil hot a bit and you add your salt and stir it together. After that, you start the frying of the vegetable. I've already diced my vegetable, my carrots and my potato already. Just start the frying. You put your potato and your carrots in the gas on the oil, and you just stir everything together. You stir everything. As you can see, I have much on the fry pan because I'm using this veggie to bake about 70 meat pie. That is why I have much of it. So you just do it, fry everything together, stir it together very well, stir it together very well, and it's time to put our Maggi and our salt. Just put it, then just continue to stir until everything enters inside, so that there will not be any part without salt or Maggi. Everything will just be beautiful and tasty. Then it's time to put our grounded meat. As you can see, I wash my grounded meat already. Always wash your grounded meat before using it. It's not right to bring it direct from the stock and start using it. So I stir the vegetable one more time, and after that I will start putting the meat bit by bit. I cannot put all the meat just once. It will be difficult for me to stir it because we have a lot of vegetable on the fry pan. So we just stir them together. Stir everything bit by bit. I'll put the rest meat just like that. As you can see, it's so beautiful. It just, wow, so beautiful. Just put the meat and stir it one more time again. We stir it one more time, then we put the rest. After that, that's it. So beautiful. Make sure you stir it so that the Maggi, the salt, everything will just enter very well. You stir it, continue stirring. After that, cover it for a few minutes and mix our flour with water. I love mixing flour with water to give it that sweet taste and that beautiful color also. It makes the meat pie to be so moist. I love it very well when I mix the flour and water together. But it's optional. You can decide not to put flour. You can decide to just put water for it to done. After a few minutes, you just leave it aside to cool down. Then it's time to mix the meat pie. This is 250 grams of butter. This is 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 tablespoon of baking powder. And we have our bowl, our clean bowl. And here we have 4 eggs and a cup of milk. Remember, milk is optional. You can decide to use water, but I decide to use milk in this video. And we have to filter the flour. As you can see, my hands are very clean. You will need to wash your hands very well. I don't like using hand gloves because I cannot mix the flour with gloves on my hands. So I prefer to wash my hands thoroughly with soap and warm water before baking, before mixing my flour. So it's time to filter the flour. See, I'm done to filter the flour. And after that, you have to mix all the dry ingredients together. All the dry ingredients, we mix everything together, like the salt and the baking powder. You can decide to put nutmeg, but in this video, I'm not using nutmeg. You can decide. Nutmeg is optional. You can decide to add or not. But today's recipe, I am not adding nutmeg. So you just mix all the dry ingredients together. it is time for us to to beat our egg. We break all the egg in one bowl. It's 4 eggs. I'm using 4 eggs in this 1000 gram of flour. We break all the egg and beat all the eggs together. We beat all the eggs together very well. So you can see, we beat them very well so that it will be very, so that everything will mix together nicely. Mix everything together. So it is time to pour the beat egg into the bowl of flour. Remember, in that bowl of flour we have our baking powder and our salt inside already. So now we are mixing the egg together with the flour. Then it's time to add our butter. I don't like putting on my butter at once, so I just take it bit by bit to mix with the flour. Remember, let your butter be kitchen temperature, not strong, not too watery, but melt, not too watery, so that you can use it to mix it very well. Kitchen temperature is better. So I am putting my butter bit by bit to mix the flour very well, so you can see. Then after mixing the butter with the flour together thoroughly, you make sure that you check very well so that you know that everything is well mixed, as you can see in this my video. So after mixing everything together, the butter with the flour, with the baking powder and the salt, I did not use nutmeg, but you can decide to use. So it's time for us to add our milk. Remember, milk is optional. You can decide to put water, but I decide to use milk in this very video. So you put the milk. Don't just put everything at once, even when you are using water. Just put it gradually. Look at it's well mixed right now. You put it on the table, but don't forget to sprinkle a bit of flour on the table before mixing it, so that the mixed flour will not stick to the table. After that, we just share it. Look at it, I share it into 2. I have to cover it with the nylon and put it in the fridge for 45 to 1 hour. Depends on you. Many people do it and start baking instantly, but mine, I leave it for about 45 to 1 hour before I start baking. Look at it. Look at the way it's soft and so fluffy. So this is the outcome of it after 45 to 1 hour in the fridge. So it's time for us to roll and bake. So guys, look at the weight, look at the outcome of our mixed flour. So look at it. So it's time for us to add our veggies. It's time for us to add our veggies. You can cut your flat flour with anything, any size you want. Yeah, I don't really have a good cutter, so I use my own personal plate, which the size was okay for me. So you can use anything you know is convenient for you. You can see. So after that, I have to rub the egg. This egg is egg white. It's not with the yolk. I just mixed egg white with a little bit of salt, and it's time for me to use my brush to rub it on top of the meat pie to give it that beautiful color after baking. So this is the outcome of my video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you. Bye.